Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. This is the daily analysis for Bitcoin. We're going to see, of course, on the daily to the 1 hour chart, what happened for Bitcoin and what it might happen next. So we are laying down our base channel based on a 1-2 and another 1-2 here. We are assessing a potential wave 3 toward the downside unfolding from a 1-2, and then wave 3 to break, of course, again the base channel decisively. This is nothing, of course, as a wave 3. We still need, of course, a decisive move there to see, of course, a confirmation for a wave 3. After this, we might get, of course, a wave 4 hitting the base channel, and then continuation simply toward the downside to finish this impulse. However, currently the price is still ranging in around, of course, the base channel. On the lower part of this base channel, we can see a little bit of rejection here, but yeah, of course, it's not confirmed yet. We still can break it and push for lower. So we'll see how the price is going to react in this area. Is very critical here, because once we push for lower, yeah, it might push very aggressively again in potentially here double 1-2 wave 3 4 5 and then 4 and a 5 to finish only a wave 3 after a 1-2 there, getting a 4 and a 5, and of course you still have a 1-2, meaning another 4 and a 5 to finish an impulse as a wave A here. And this will open, of course, the possibility for a deep correction, which we're gonna see, of course, in this possibility. First, of course, before going in the deep correction, we are assessing a shallow one, a shallow correction after a wave 1 here, and then wave 2, ABC, 3 waves, a regular flat, 3 waves down, 3 waves up, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 to hit, of course, the 0.38 perfect or minimum requirement for wave 2 at 56k800 in confluence, of course, for with this very strong area as a support here. And then we are expecting to push for a wave 3 from, of course, there. Don't forget the timing, of course, is required based on the wave 1 here as an ABC. The time is very essential, of course, to push toward the upside again. And this means, of course, in March 2027, of course, in case that this will go in a longer time, of course, still for a year here. But basically, if we are bullish from there, of course, it can be also a very fast WXNY in case the market wants to push for higher. And this aligns perfectly, of course, with the altcoins here. As you mentioned yesterday, it aligns somehow in April and in May here in this area, in case, of course, it takes a little bit more time and then pushing for higher. But basically, I would say that to finish here, a wave Y, you need, of course, potentially still the double 1-2 in case this is unfinished ABC. Knowing that it can be, of course, an impulse on the micro level, but very likely right now, of course, I mean, based on the pressure of the selling, we might still get, of course, the double 1-2 and still have the gap for it. We still have the gap under the 1-to-1 52k without passing, of course, this area. Probably, guys. We'll see, of course, if this is gonna work. Now, if this will be broken as 52k, therefore we are looking for a deeper correction, which is, of course, continuation for the double 4-5 here to finish a wave 3, and then having a 4 and a 5. Since you have a 1-2-1-2 here, don't forget you might still get, of course, double 4-5. And that means you might get a very deep wave A here, and then, of course, having wave B. Again, for the time, you might need more time here. It might take even, of course, until 2027 again, and even more. Yeah, so expect even more in this case, because it might range for a long time in this area before we start a bull run. Yeah, so it can be, of course, this possibility happening. Most of the time that it happens after wave B, we might get, of course, an ending diagonal here, something like that, and then pushing toward the upside after an ABC. So we'll see how this will work, guys, for the daily. Now, if we push for the 2 hours chart here, on the 2 hours chart, we are looking also at this possibility as WXNY after the top, the all-time high here in this area. We start to see, of course, an impulse, wave A, wave B, and then followed by an expanding diagonal, because, of course, wave 4 interfere with the zone 1. It's not allowed in an impulse. And of course, because wave 5 is longer than the wave 3, and the wave 3 is longer than wave 1, that means, of course, it's a perfect expanding diagonal, making it, of course, a wave C and not a wave 3. Of course, you cannot consider wave 3, only wave C can be considered, or a wave 1, meaning 1 2 1 2. And that's why, of course, we are considering, if this is the case, as of course per our channeling here, that we are laying a channel from the wave 1 to the wave 2, and we see, of course, a broken base channel. If the price will continue toward the downside, this might be, of course, exactly our signal as well, that we might continue for lower towards this 52k here to break the WXNY. In case, of course, you are in an ABC here, well, it can be a finished 1 2 3 4 5. Don't forget, you have two possibilities inside this impulse here. Again, due to the bearish pressure there, you have potentially finished a wave 3. You can be in a finished wave 3, probably turning into 1 2 3 4 and a 5. So this is also one more drop. Or you can be in double 1 2, internally 3 4 and a 5 4 and a 5. Unfortunately, this is not invalidated yet, because you need, of course, to reach the 74k 672 here to invalidate a double 1 2. So if the price continues for higher and takes this invalidation, therefore, of course, no double 1 2, higher possibility finished impulse, as a wave 3 can be, of course, though. Don't forget, you still have the pressure for 1 2 3 4 and a 5, meaning wave 4. If wave 4 goes higher like this to the 1 to 1, therefore you still have a potential 1 2 3 4 and a 5 here. Invalidation, the next invalidation can be, of course, around this area here, this price, which is 86k. Yeah, so this is how we gonna assess it. So if we continue to push for higher, taking the 1 to 1, taking the invalidation for double 1 2 here, yeah, we might still, of course, have to watch the wave 4 there, if it's gonna continue impulsively to take the 86k. So if we get a 1 2 3 4 and a 5 here, well, that would be a very good signal, of course, that something bullish is unfolding, or at least, of course, three ways toward the upside in our regular flat here. Meaning, if we push in a impulse here for wave A, this might be unfolding on the daily, this scenario, which is, of course, our wave B here, meaning the A, B, and a C, and then pushing, of course, for lower in a large wave C again, of course, for wave 2. So yeah, we'll follow it, of course, step by step. The micro level will lead us. We'll see what's going to happen. On the 15-minute chart, we are looking still, of course, at this potential 1 2 or AB here, AB and a C. Currently, we're testing this area, the 0.618. Well, we saw, of course, kind of a reaction, but this reaction should continue toward the upside. Currently, we see, of course, kind of like a leading diagonal, 1 2 3 4 and a 5, wave 2, and then potentially another 1 2. I would like to see continuation toward the upside here, definitely. It should continue for higher. If we take the low again, here, consider, of course, we might push for lower. So this is our confirmation for lower prices there. If we take this low, and that means, of course, yeah, we might come back to the testing area. And if we fail it, definitely, of course, we're pushing towards the 52k, okay, in double 45 here. So yeah, very critical. We'll see, guys, how this is gonna work. Let's watch, of course, the price, what's gonna give us today. If we push for higher here, this is our confirmation for something for higher as well to be unfolding. I'm gonna take also this as confirmation for higher prices. Hopefully, of course, that it sustains as well, because yeah, it can simply even take the high here as a zigzag and then pushing down. Yeah, something like this. So be careful with it. But there is a possibility, if we take it, yeah, that we continue towards the 1-to-1 fib level, 78k for Bitcoin. That was it, the daily. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.